Hello everyone, today we'll take a look into the world of automated trading. I will show you a tool that literally analyzes charts for you and gives ready-made trading signals on binary options. No longer do you need to sit at the monitor for hours and rack your brain. We'll go through how it works, how to set it up, and most importantly how to make money from it. And for those who want to get this tool and other useful materials absolutely free, subscribe to my Telegram channel. The link is in the description. There I share exclusive information and answer all your questions. Well, ready to trade without extra efforts? Let's go! So I've moved to the TradingView platform. This is the largest terminal for chart analysis used by a huge number of professional traders. Here you will need to either register or log into your account. If you are on this platform for the first time, it's quite possible you won't have the currency pairs we need added, and to add them we click on the plus section in the upper right corner. Here we should have the Forex section selected, and our task is to add those currency pairs whose quote provider is FXCM. So now let's figure out how to use the tool that analyzes the chart for you and provides signals. You won't believe it, but this tool is on this platform and access to it absolutely free. Moreover, there is nothing to set up, nothing to add either, because this tool is directly built into TradingView. To find it, we must select any currency pair, for example USD CAD, and scroll slightly below in the lower right corner. And as we can see, a window appeared here with a specific chart and signal. So now let's look at what kinds of signals this tool provides. The first type of signal is a price decrease signal, which appears as either sell or strong sell. These signals indicate that we should open a position for a decrease for 1 minute, since the trading time frame we use is 1 minute. I also recommend using these signals on the time frame on which you trade, and the expiration time should also match your time frame. The next signal is neutral. If we see this signal, then we don't open a trade on the selected currency pair. And the next two signals indicate a price increase and are displayed as buy or strong buy. But that's not all. I believe that trading based solely on these signals is not quite right. Yet these signals are provided based on analysis in various indicators as well as candlestick patterns. However, I believe that these signals should be combined with at least some simple analysis. Thus, the trading system based on these signals should look like this. First, we need to look at what kind of signal was generated, and then we must look at the chart to find at least one confirming factor in the form of some level or candlestick pattern. For example, in this situation we have a signal for a decrease, but looking at the chart I don't see any factors for entering downward, and that's because first I see a good uptrend, and second I don't see any nearby level from which a pullback might occur. And I also don't see any candlestick pattern that could influence a good outcome in this trade. I don't deny the fact that the price in this situation may indeed go down, but I don't see a signal confirming factor that would validate this signal. So I found a good situation for execution. Let's see what we have here. First, I see a signal for a decrease from this tool. As a confirming factor, I can note that the price is now in this area. This is a resistance level from which we've had a certain number of pullback movements, and it's quite possible a pullback movement will happen here as well. So my trade is open, and if this trade closes in profit, I will earn a net of 2,200 or 80% of my trade Also, while this trade is going, I'd like to give you advice regarding the choice of currency pair. The thing is, on TradingView we are not showing currency pairs with the OTC tag, and to make this much easier, I recommend immediately selecting the currency section in this window, so that only those currency pairs that exist both on TradingView and on our broker are displayed. This will help you not to confuse currency pairs and open rates where needed. The trade closed in profit. My balance is 4,725, and I think that's an excellent result. We are not stopping here and moving forward. So I found an interesting situation for work. Let's see what we see in this case. So first we've got a buy signal. That's good. We'll open a position for a price increase. As a confirming factor, I can highlight this long area here. This is a support zone from which there were many pullback movements, confirming that in this area sits a large buyer ready to push the price higher. So I selected the necessary currency pair, and I will probably wait for this candle to close to enter at a more favorable point. Only a few seconds remain until the end of this candle. For this trade I will use $1,000. My trade is open with a slight delay, but there is nothing wrong with that. I think the trade will close in profit and the upward movement will occur. So, as we can see, the upward movement hasn't happened yet, but there is nothing wrong with that. I'm immediately prepare the amount to open a recovery trade. So my recovery trade is open. If this trade closes in a profit, I will compensate for the previous loss and also come out with a small profit. I opened the recovery trade here because I didn't see any particular change in the market situation, and I believe the signal will still remain relevant for quite a while. Moreover, we now have an indecision candle, which is a candle with large wicks both above and below, and it also indicates that there is a certain buy in this area. And given that right after this candle a strong bullish candle formed, that only confirms my words. We wait the trade closing. Based on the situation, I would also like to give advice regarding risk management. You must understand that sooner or later you will definitely have a losing trade, and you should be ready for it in advance, either to open a recovery trade with a doubled amount or to stop trading without large losses. So, in the end, a confident upward movement occurred. The trade closed in profit. My balance is now 5,300. An excellent result. We've almost doubled our deposit after working through just 2 situations. But we're not stopping here. I like to walk through one more situation and then summarize. So I found a good situation for work. Let's see what we have here. In this situation, I saw a signal that tells us of a price increase. As a confirming factor, I can highlight the formation of a specific situation called a level retest. In this case, a certain resistance level was formed. It was broken, but the price returns to it. This is called a level retest, and with such a phenomenon the price continues to move toward them. So I open the necessary currency pair for the trade. I will use 2,000, 1,000 more than in the previous trade. Nevertheless, I think the trade will close in profit and I will be able to earn from it. By the way, I want to draw your attention to the closing of the previous candle. As we noticed, when I just selected the currency pair and was analyzing it, the candle was much closer to the last resistance level. However, judging by this, we indeed have a certain buy in this area, ready to push the price higher. And I believe that my entry point is quite decent. Lastly, let's go over the entry procedure one more time. First, you should look at the signal given by TradingView. Then look at the chart and find at least one confirming factor. But you must understand that the more confirmation you find, the greater the chance that trade will close in profit. And after all these steps, you can open a position. So a certain upward movement did occur. The trade closed in profit and I was able to earn from it. Excellent result. Let's summarize. As you can see, having only 3 situations work out, I thanks to a tool that automatically provides signals was able to increase my deposit from $2,650 to $6,925. I think this is an excellent result since this tool is absolutely free and can be used by absolutely anyone. At this point, I am finishing this video. Don't forget to join my Telegram channel. I want to remind you that there I provide good signals with the help of which absolutely every one of you will also be able to earn on binary options by putting in the minimum amount of